I can't believe this. The Knicks are undefeated at home this season. But what if I told you that the Knicks aren't running any plays? More than that, what if I told you that Mike Brown is allowing certain players to break away from his system? We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. And now, let's get started. Mike Brown is not running plays. Mike Brown's system has the Knicks on a 4-game win streak and undefeated at home. So trust me, I'm not questioning what he's doing. But I was very surprised by these latest reports on what he's doing, or rather, what he's not doing. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us this following information. According to him, something else you should know about the Knicks offense. There are very few plays installed at this point. According to head coach Mike Brown, we still like to play out of concepts, read and react. I think our guys are getting a little more comfortable with that. The lack of set plays is somewhat intentional, but it's also circumstantial. The Knicks had injuries to key players in the preseason and early regular season. Those injuries have limited the amount of plays Brown and his staff can put in. According to Mike Brown, trying not to put in too much too quick has been the challenge of us as a coaching staff because we don't want to overwhelm them and we want to try to catch everybody up before we add too much more. But once again, New York going by read and react, that approach is mainly by design. According to head coach Mike Brown, I think at the end of the day, it would be great if they can just play without play calls. So now it's harder for the defense because if I sit there and I call a play from the sideline, well, the other team, with the way scouting is and all that, they're for sure going to have a coach standing up calling out how to defend that play. If you can play fast, but you can get to your stuff quickly, knowing that getting into your stuff, you have 3 or 4 different options. That makes it hard for the defense to get settled in. We want to be able to play that way throughout the whole year. The Knicks are going to play their 10th game of the season tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. So it is surprising to hear that Mike Brown is running very few plays at this point. But when you understand the math behind it, it starts to make sense. You didn't have a full healthy roster to start the season or even in preseason. And even right now, you're still working in players and working them in on certain things you want to run. And until everybody is up to speed, it really doesn't make sense to add more to their plate. So I completely understand that. I also understand why Mike Brown wants New York to be more of a read and react team, or really play that way without any play calls. Because as he said, when you play that way, what is the defense going to do? How are they going to react or operate? Because right now, the defense doesn't know what to do, where the offense is coming from. Is Jalen Brunson going to go inside, drive inside and score? Or is he going to draw the defense and then spray it to the corner, spray it to an open shooter, or pass it to somebody cutting inside for an easier basket? That is the difference with the Knicks this year. It's not only Karl Anthony Towns, it's not only Jalen Brunson. When the Knicks are pushing that ball up court, sometimes it's not even Jalen Brunson doing that. Sometimes it's OG Anunoby or Deuce McBride or Mikal Bridges. Everybody on the floor, they're a threat. And because they're a threat, it allows the stars of this team, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, so much room to operate. And at times, they have wide open looks at the basket. Exactly what you want to see happen. So read and react. I am a fan of it. You can sign me up. I love that approach from Mike Brown. Though it helps if you have that and you're also calling out plays or you're running certain plays. Because when you do that with read and react, if the play doesn't work out, the Knicks will find another way around it. Because as Mike Brown said, they have a number of different options. If the 3 isn't there, a cutter is coming in there. If a cutter's not there, then you know what? You probably have a good shot. Look at the basket once again and see if you can get around your defender. Something else that everybody should be aware of, and it's probably not a surprise, but I have to say it out loud. Just like other teams do, the stars on this team, they have the ability to go away from Mike Brown's offense. to break away from that system if an opportunity presents itself. What do I mean by that? So the New York Knicks, they love to move the ball, get the best shot available, and then take that shot. However, sometimes if the defense is really good, they don't have those shots available, so they give the ball to Jalen Brunson. What is he doing in that moment? He is playing ISO ball, getting the best shot available and likely scoring or getting an and one, or at the very least, getting to the free throw line. That is not part of Mike Brown's system, but Brunson can do that because he's Jalen Brunson. So it's no surprise to me to hear these new reports that Mike Brown is allowing certain players to break away from his system, not only on offense, but also on defense. Let's see exactly who those players are. Shout out to Ian Bagley for giving us this following information. According to him, as you'd expect, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns have the freedom to deviate from Mike Brown's principles. Anunoby also has the green light to make plays outside of the framework. I'm a quick decision guy, according to Mike Brown. Catch it, pass it, shoot it, or snap drive. If Jalen catches it, he dances with it a little bit. He's got that leeway, that freedom. If he dances with it 2 or 3 times in a row and it's not working, it's my job to say, hey, let's go quick decision and we're moving on. But those type of guys, they have the freedom. But it's not only on offense. Some players, they have that freedom on defense. Shout out to the great Ian Bagley once again for breaking this down for us. According to him, Brunson, Towns, and Anunoby have freedom on offense to break away from Brown's principles. On the other side of the ball, several Knicks have the green light to improvise outside of Mike Brown's defensive plans. OG Anunoby is a special player. Mitchell Robinson is a special player. Mikal is a special player. Josh Hart is a special player. Deuce McBride. So these guys have the freedom to do some things defensively that you kind of let go. And if it happens too much and it's not working, then you have to correct it. Even the same thing on the glass. Josh is a special rebounder. And if we have crash zones where we want our guys to crash the glass from, the reality of it is, as special as Josh Hart is, when it comes to second chance opportunities, he's going to have a lot of freedom, no matter where he is on the floor. Let me give you some numbers real quick, guys. The Knicks are number 1 in offensive rebounds per 100 possessions. The Knicks also lead the league in made three-pointers per 100 possessions. They are 3rd in attempts per 100 possessions and have the best three-point field goal percentage among teams with at least 40 three-point attempts per game. So let me ask you guys, is it working? I think his offensive system is working. It is allowing a lot of players to get more freedom, to get more touches, and I've said this before. As anybody knows when you play basketball, if you never touch the ball, your level of engagement goes from here all the way to here. But if you're in the game and the ball movement is constant, which it is for New York right now, and everybody is touching the ball, which everyone is right now, everybody is more engaged. Everybody is more locked in. Everybody is more focused. And that helps you on both ends of the floor. And that's exactly what you want. Mike Brown is having this happen without calling any plays, really, and allowing this team to play read and react basketball and allowing certain players to break away from the system if the opportunity presents itself, not only on offense, but also on defense. That is how you get the most out of your players. That is how you use your players to the best of their abilities. And one player who has already taken off in Mike Brown's system, and I probably don't even have to explain it to you guys. You probably know who I'm talking about already. Mikal Bridges. He is having one of his best seasons of his entire career. Guys, he is averaging a career best 5.3 assists this season already. Point guard Mikal Bridges is here. And the main reason this is happening is because Mike Brown, he's using Mikal Bridges a little bit differently. And he's allowing Mikal to play more freely. Shout out the channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this updated information and these latest odds on who's going to win the game tonight between the Knicks and the Memphis Grizzlies. And as you can see here, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're at plus 350. And the New York Knicks, they're at minus 450 according to the money line. With these odds, it's very clear. Vegas, FanDuel, and the odd makers believe New York should beat the Grizzlies, win this game, and be on a 5-game win streak and have 7 straight victories at home. Undefeated at home. I don't know about you guys, but I really like the sound of those odds. If the Knicks want to beat the Grizzlies tonight, all they have to do is do the same things they have been doing to win all of these games on this win streak. Move the ball, play consistent defense, get out the three-point shooters, play great defense inside, attack, get to the line, shoot the best quality shot, do not force shots. If New York plays like this, there is no way the Grizzlies are going to be able to beat the Knicks. Not only because the Grizzlies right now are not playing their best level of basketball, but they have a lot of problems internally going on. A lot of that dealing with Ja Morant and their new coach. But tonight against the Grizzlies, no matter what team you're facing, no matter what the odds say, you always have to be ready for your opponent. Because if you take them lightly, any NBA team, they can beat you on any given night. And the Knicks, the best thing they've been doing during this season, no matter who they've been playing, whether it be Boston, the Bucks, or the Washington Wizards, no matter who they play their brand of basketball. They do not lower themselves to the level of their competition. And if you play like that, you're always going to give yourself the best opportunity to win each and every game that you're in. Mike Brown can run plays. He doesn't have to run plays. He can allow this team to only play read and react. Either way, as long as they're winning and they're playing Knicks-branded basketball, and the basketball looks as good as it has been looking, I'm not going to have any complaints. I don't think anybody will. But what about you guys? What do you think about this news that Mike Brown is still not running consistent plays for New York? He really has this team playing more read and react basketball. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.